Who says you can't have a great garden if you don't actually have a garden?
We call it patio-scaping these days. It's trending.
What are Tara's smart ways to cat-proof your furniture?
So they and you can both live in perfect harmony.
And Dr. Harry makes a special house call, but is his patient beyond help?
You're looking right at me. I can see the problem straight away.
I grew up in suburbia on a quarter-acre block. I live on a quarter-acre block now, and I could never imagine living in a townhouse or a unit, but I totally understand why people do it. It means you can be closer to town, whether it be the restaurants, the theatre, the football, whatever you want to get to, it's just at your doorstep. So it's a sacrifice that you don't have the big backyard, but you can still have a garden. We call it patio-scaping these days. It's trending because you can have a smaller space, just as green, but you don't have the high maintenance level you do with that quarter-acre block. Did I say patio-scaping was trending? Well, this must have been the mistake before they got it right. As far as introducing green into the patio, this looks like some sort of torch treatment or maybe a kid's Meccano set. The good news is it's a good-sized patio. We can take these things out, clean it out, it'll take 2 minutes, and we can start bringing in layers, whether that be colours, texture, and lots of green. We're going to start with the floor because it wouldn't make sense to bring everything in, then have to lift it up and move it out to do the floor. And if you've got a good flat floor, it's a perfect way to transform is by using this click-together deck system. They click into these little black nodules on the side, and if you want to butt up to the wall, you just need to cut them off either with a jigsaw or with a Stanley knife. It's about $50 for a pack of 9, which is just under a metre, but when you take out the labour cost, it's a very cheap alternative. And you can pick it up off the shelf down at Bunny's.
Everybody get ready.
So where there's this little gap around the edges, we're just filling it with pebbles. Now, apartment living is everything for a lot of people, but it's not a great construction site. So I've ducked around the corner to Adam's little workshop. He's got the day off, he won't mind, and I'll just fill my pockets when I leave. So I'm going to do section by section and take it back to the job. Now, as far as my carpentry skills go, this is about as far as I get. But if you get it right, you'll look like a genius. I'm creating some halving joints. Now, all it is just taking out half the depth of the timber. So 2 of them sliding together, the face and the back, all end up flush. Now, when they go in, a little bit of wiggle work to get it, it is very strong. And I'm going to create a whole wall. There'll be 2 of them on the balcony. One on the right-hand side, one on the back left-hand side. And they could be bookshelves, but in this case, they'll be perfect for planters. Yeah. With our tiles and shelves done, we're off to a good start. Done a little drawing. Trust me, the finished product will look better than my drawing. What I've got is some marine grade ply that I'm going to put a finish on and attach to the wall. That means if you get sick of the look, you can take it away and the brickwork's there. And if you're a renter, you can put it up at the next place. So once my boards are dry, I've got my concrete effect paint. So, put some swirls in there, do a couple of coats, get a bit of texture, and that gives it layers and depth, and that's what we're going for. So, put the kettle on and let that dry. Now, we saw that how to go with the jasmine, but the problem with star jasmine, if it's in a shady spot, it gets really leggy. It grows up and it leaves all these ugly branches underneath. So I'm going to replace it and use devil's ivy. Because they've got light-coloured leaves, they get the most out of what they get from the sun. Now, 2 of these plonked into this isn't very exciting, but when I plonk this inside a grow box, it sounds fantastic. And all it is a marine ply box which frames it up, so inside is like a work of art. The backdrop is going to be another sheet of that ply with the cement paint on it. Little G, I found a job for you. Just stand there and hold that. And then I'm going to frame the bottom with a lighter colour timber just to give it a bit of definition. Well, all we've got to do now is put the pot in and plant it out. We're not going to do that here, we'll put it in position first. Done a little drawing. Trust me, the finished product will look better than my drawing. But the strength comes from this little gap here. We're going to sit it over the wall, creating probably what they called 20, 30 years ago a breakfast bar. Now, I've got 4 pieces of ply, all beautiful straight lines, which I probably couldn't do myself with a circ saw. That's why I got them cut down to bunnies. Now give everything a light sand. That just gets rid of finger marks or little burrs that might be on the end. And I'm going to put on a clear coat. Now these are just sitting here at the moment. By the time we put our shelves on, it'll clamp the top together and it won't be able to go anywhere. So I don't even need to draw anything to hold all this in place. Stay. About to put the brekkie bar in. I've got a little off cut of that marine ply to cover the brickwork, and then wedges here, which will bring it up to the same height as that, so this will sit nice and flush. Now you've got to take the perspective of which way your balcony, patio, veranda faces into what you're going to choose as far as plants goes. This one here gets a little bit of morning light, but it doesn't get blasted at any time during the day. So my plant palette would be the shade-loving plants. You could even call them, and I would tick the box with all of these, indoor plants. Now this is a sophisticated space. When you think of what was here before, it was probably 16 to 18 square metres of absolutely nothing. Where now, it is absolutely stunning. I can see you using this as an extra living room, whether it be knocking over some emails and getting an early breakfast out here while the sun's out, or maybe a glass of wine and relaxing in the evening. What a perfect space for a great little unit.
I'm absolutely excited to share this garden with you. I've never seen anything quite like it. 1800s house, 30-year-old garden, and it looks so mature, and it's filled with surprises. How are you?
Very well.
Lindsay, how fantastic.
Welcome to my garden.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the welcome. This is unbelievable. This is an absolute oasis paradise. But it wasn't when you arrived, was it?
No, it was a derelict house that had been owned by Jubilee Engineering. It was their offices, so we dug out part of it down below. So this was, you know, rubble down here.
So there was nothing here?
No.
It was absolutely bare. So everything is here. You've planted the blueberry ash and the Raphaelepis, the Indian hawthorn, everything.
Yeah.
You've created something incredibly beautiful. Crepe myrtle, everything is here. So just explain to me the difficulties that you had in trying to establish a garden here, because there's rock very close to the...
Yes, we're actually on a rock shelf.
Right.
And originally this was a lawn. We had 3 children grew up here, so we had long jump and basketball. So just the periphery was planted 30 years ago.
So this was lawn, then a new garden.
Yes.
So you've extended this even further?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
And a veggie garden, who would have thought?
It's not in the most appropriate spot.
You're also on a very exposed site, but this wonderful Maria hedge is giving you a lot of wind protection, isn't it?
Yes.
As well as a bit of privacy, but
yes.
the wind protection is really important.
Yes. Sometimes we get strong northeasters.
It's interesting, you established the garden in a drought. We're in the middle of a drought, and today we've got wind and possibly the first rain in 100 years. But it's looking very dramatic, but it just makes the garden look so much more valuable. And beautiful aloes in full flower.
I've just experimented and they're surviving.
Now, you've also got a nice little piece of statuary. Tell me the story about those.
This is Amanda Stewart from Sculptures by the Sea. And the same as Jenny Orchard, the durian lady, she called it.
So they're ceramics. You've got a combination of different materials. Is that marble, the lovely sort of seat?
Yes, yes, Arabescata, Italian.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, yes.
All this colour. Fantastic succulent garden and cactus.
Side.
The barrel cactus are looking great.
Yeah.
So why do you think all these little succulents and cacti work in this little spot here?
I think they're the right scale and that they're sculptural, that they actually go with the rock, which was the original edge of Sydney Harbour. This is all reclaimed land here.
Well, I tell you what, I just love them on little mammillarias on this side here. It's texture and colour and foliage. The house looks magnificent. The garden is spectacular, but look at that view.
Fabulous, isn't it? Particularly on New Year's Eve.
I bet you it's a great sight.
Yes, it is.
Isn't it?
Very dramatic.
It's just amazing. What a sight. I'm going to ask if I can go and have a little bit of a look up the front.
Yes.
I'll leave you to the view. Thanks a lot. On this side, you've got some Kentia palms. They're so happy and so tall, they're coming into fruit. When your palms get tall and leggy like that, if you add a couple of smaller ones, it makes them look more like a little jungle. It's also providing shade, habitat, and an opportunity, which is even better still, for Lindsay to indulge in growing her orchids, her favourite native orchids. Well, I have to say, in 25 years on this show, I have never done a story like this on a harbour anywhere in the world.
Oh,
and
wow.
to be on Australia's finest harbour, looking up at this incredible garden, it's a wonderful piece of history too, that beautiful home created the garden. Thank you for sharing it with us today. It's been an absolute delight. Not only a beautiful garden and this amazing view.
Well, thank you for coming.
My pleasure, thank you.
He may look all sweet and innocent now, but if you're a cat owner, you know the truth. These little guys can be incredibly destructive to your furniture. They scratch your sofa, they run up your curtains, they can do all kinds of damage. So what I want to do is come up with some ideas to cat-proof your lounge so they and you can both live in perfect harmony. My first idea will help to protect the corners of the sofa because they're the spots that the cats tend to always want to scratch, aren't they? So what I'm doing is I'm making a very simple frame, kind of like a fashionable cat scratching post. You'll need to start with some timber. I've just cut a checkout out of one piece and a curve that will fit around the base of my sofa. To give your feline friend something to really sink its claws into, you'll need some sturdy rope. This type of rope tends to want to fray at the ends. What that means is basically it's going to start splaying open and looking quite messy. So to hold everything together while you work, just use some tape. That keeps all of those little strands together. And then you can use one of these button head screws to start it. The thing to remember with this is you actually need to hold it quite firmly while you wrap it around. Just work your way evenly all the way down to the base. Now, if you do happen to run out of rope halfway through, just tape it up again and screw it off the same way we did at the beginning. So now we've got two neat pieces and you can see how they lock together, and that's because of that checkout that we did with the saw. So the next step is to take a drill and pre-drill a hole on either side. That would stop the timber from splitting when you screw the two pieces together. You can see that it will hold itself upright fairly well, and this is the part that just wraps around the corner of your sofa arm. But if your cat tends to get a bit excited and he starts to claw and pulls it forward, there is a way to counteract that, and that's this extra block that we cut earlier. So that will slide in at the bottom, and again, you can pre-drill and screw that from the back. You can see this little checkout, well, it actually fits tightly around the leg of your chair, so you can shape it accordingly. And the blonde timber, well, I chose this deliberately so it ties in with the coffee table, so it makes a real accent in the room. And much better for the cat to scratch this, you have to say, than the arm of your chair. Pet furniture is not always the most attractive, so if you're pretty confident with a drill, you can easily make your own. So this piece of furniture will actually be a cat scratching post, a cat bed, and a side table in one. Great little weekend project. Honestly, if you can use a drill, you can build a piece like this, and it's a nice little side table for the lounge room, so you can actually build good-looking furniture that serves double duty. So this is the shelf, it'll go in, that's where the cat little bed will be. So we've got the top, the back and the bed, then all we need to put on is the other side, which is the scratching post. That's the building part done, so now I'll just clean up these edges and just take care of any splinters with sandpaper. This is the stage where you can really personalise this little piece of furniture. You could paint it in a solid colour or you could stain it like I'm doing here. The benefit of this stain is it actually has a varnish in it as well, so it's kind of 2 steps in one. You can see the side table, well, it definitely has a deliberate lean on one side. That's intentional. This is where it goes up against the sofa, so it's nice and straight. And this has the lean, so it's the scratching post. And for the texture that we need to get on there to encourage the cat to scratch this and not your sofa, you can choose from a whole range of different carpet tiles. You can buy them individually. It really just comes down to what your cat would prefer. Gosh, that's going to be perfect for the cat to scratch its little claws on the side. Now for inside, a bit of comfort. Doesn't that look inviting? And then for on top, well, perfect spot for you to put your cuppa and a book. So I guess this just goes to prove you don't have to sacrifice style for the love of your pet. The sofa arms are safe and everybody's happy, right, Bruce?
I'm on the New South Wales south coast, near a little town by the name of Berry. They call it the town of trees. I'm off to visit Mark and Jenny Hammer. They're wonderful people because they've rescued so many animals. Sounds like a Noah's Ark? It probably is. Let's go check it out. It sounds great.
Oh, Dr. Harry.
I'm here. Jenny, good to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Good to meet you.
What a beautiful spot you got.
Oh, thank you.
Now, you've got a lot of animals here, haven't you?
Yeah,
certainly do.
we've got about 70 animals here,
Wow.
and some have been rehomed and some have been rescued.
And some of them have got a problem or two. You only have a small acreage and you've got a lot of animals on a small acreage. You're going to have your hand in your pocket the whole time to feed them.
Yeah.
There are so many of them.
So that's why we run the accommodation, and we try and attract guests here so that they stay here, and just that pays for the animals.
It's not just a wellness retreat for the animals. Humans can come here too and learn to create vegan dishes.
Why don't we do a little tour and I'll see what I can do to fix any problems you've got along the way.
That sounds
Is that fair enough?
excellent.
Sounds
Good trade? All right, so this is Jasper, the little pony.
That's
Who's a
good.
pretty pony. Okay, guys.
Okay. Let's go.
Jasper came to the farm 2 years ago.
But I think prior to that, Jasper was very badly abused.
Okay.
So he's very head shy. If you go up to him, he might come and sniff you. But as soon as you raise your hand, he's very head shy.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So we're trying to get him out of that.
Once Mark catches Jasper, I'll work on desensitising him.
How do you go about desensitising the horse to this, to the ears, right? To even being touched around the ears. This horse has been twitched on the ears and the sound, right? Whatever that was. Well, the interesting way of doing it is to get the donkey involved. So if we bring the donkey in and we put the horse alongside the donkey.
A lot of horses and donkeys don't like each other, but these two are mates.
Let's see how we go.
Okay.
That's reasonable. Now, I've got this donkey happily leaning on the horse's back, right? And the horse isn't even worrying about it, so I can do just about anything with this horse while the donkey's leaning just there. Right?
That's really clever. Oh, wow.
Good. Good, you stay here, donkey. Hey, so it's not really a vet doing this, it's a donkey doing this, isn't it? It's all about desensitisation, taking time to do all of this, to just rub gently and not do any more than talk in a nice sort of soft voice to the horse. Do you think this horse is relaxing now?
Yeah.
Look at it.
Very relaxed, amazing.
I can't believe it.
I've never seen that before.
Radiance the alpaca is another animal with a problem no one has been able to fix.
How are you, girls? You well? Ooh, look at that. You're looking right at me. I can see the problem straight away. That face looks terrible, doesn't it?
Yeah, she's
Really
in
does.
a lot of discomfort.
Yeah. Does she rub at that a lot?
She rubs it and scratches it. She rubs her head on anything she can get to. And
Okay.
she's got big calluses by her eyes as well.
Ears affected too?
Yes.
And what about the rear end?
Yeah, her whole rear is affected, her tummy, and she's got massive ones on her elbows.
Okay. So really anywhere where there's no fleece, we've got this sort of problem. Okay. Let's catch this alpaca, see what's going on.
Just watch out behind.
The face is the major area. So around the eyes, top lid, bottom lid, in front of the eye. So really, she's going to spend so much of her day just scratching.
No, it's very painful to watch her.
Yeah, this is almost certainly some sort of allergy, which is an allergic reaction to a little insect, usually called culicoides or something like that. And you find it comes out at dusk and again early in the morning, and it will bite them on areas where there isn't much hair. What do we do to try and control it? Well, we need to use some sort of natural insecticide in the area, which is what we're going to use. You're telling me she doesn't like sprays?
She hates sprays.
Let's put Mark to the test and see how we go, okay? All right. Just a little tip for you people at home who might have a horse, for argument's sake, that really doesn't like being sprayed. A paintbrush, a little paintbrush is ideal. They don't mind that. She's being a very good girl. Right? And we're going to use an antiseptic cream over the top because there's no doubt there's a secondary infection getting in on top of this as well. So something that's got some antibacterial properties, I think will help too.
And how often should we be putting this on her?
Once a day. So spray about every 3 days, put the cream on once a day for me.
Okay, guys.
After a few months of treatment, the eczema has shown amazing improvement and our alpaca is looking more radiant than ever. And Jasper is making great progress, all thanks to the dedication of Mark and Jenny at Back to Earth Sanctuary.
Well, today I find myself in a very familiar situation, a suburban backyard. So what's attracted me here? Well, if you listen, you can hear chickens. Well, I'm here because Amanda has got a bit of a problem. And she's got a chicken. Amanda, how are you?
Hey, good, thank you.
You good? What's the worry with your chickens?
This is Sammy.
This is Sammy.
Some of the chickens have scaly feet.
Well, feet on her, quite honestly, look pretty normal. So we got one in there that's a bit crooked.
Yep, I can find Lacey for you. Good girl, Lacey Lou.
They're pretty ugly, aren't they? No? We're going to clean these up a bit so I can have a look. What makes you think that your chickens have got scaly leg?
They're in pain when they walk and claw, and they look and feel very scaly.
I think if you've got scaly leg here, you've got it on a very, very mild basis. At the moment, you've just got dirt underneath the scales.
Okay.
That's all. So you can use this to clean in between the scales. See, Amanda, I don't think that we've really got scaly leg. What is scaly leg disease? Scaly leg disease is caused by a little parasite, and I'm thinking it's a good idea that we might just treat the block anyhow, right?
That'd be great.
It's a very simple technique of treating it, but there's one drawback. You can't eat the eggs for 14 days.
It's all right, Harry.
Chicken called Harry, but these are all girls. Must be Harriet.
It is Harriet.
Now, this is a drug called ivermectin. It's going to treat them for internal parasites and external parasites. So if you do have any chickens at all with the legs that are a bit scaly, it's going to help clear that up as well. There's a spot on the wing where there's not many feathers, okay? And it's just there. Fold the wing back, so you then put your hand on it and drop the chicken. Next chicken. Done.
These chooks are very good patients, so it doesn't take long to treat the whole flock.
There you go.
Excellent.
To combat what she thought was scaly leg mites, Amanda has been using vegetable oil. Does it help to suffocate the mites?
Here you go, mate.
Well, maybe. Is it making the dirt stick to the chicken's legs? You betcha. This chook needs a pedicure.
So what do you wash birds with? A pure soap. And you've got some here. Okay? So let's whack a bit of Lux Flakes in here. My trusty toothbrush. Right, and now a rinse.
Dry.
Yeah. Look at the dirt coming off on the towel. Okay. So I could spend an hour cleaning up each foot. And I think when the new lot of scales grow through, the legs are going to look cleaner. Look, I've got to tell you, they're a lot better than they were in the first place, right? Nice bright yellow colour coming back into the legs again. They look so much better. All righty. I want you to stop using oil. I want you to use probably 3 times a year my treatment under the wing, the ivermectin. And we've had good fun here today. Hope you've learned a few things. Catch you later.
Thank you.
Ta-da.